Today is Saturday. It has been a while since I made a video for this channel. I apologize, just really busy. Lots of things are happening, trading related, my Discord group, at the live room. So not too much time to make videos, but I wanted to make this video, and this is not for Cosmik. However, this is ThunderZilla by NinjaCo. I believe it's a very unique indicator in that it combines features from two other NinjaCo great products. Now, what I'm going to say next is my opinion, not an official word from NinjaCo, just kind of my observations. I believe that ThunderZilla is actually a combination of RK System Platinum and Cosmik. I believe what NinjaCo did here is it combined the best features from these two indicators into this one that they call ThunderZilla. So what I'm going to do here, this is Saturday, markets are closed. I want to kind of go over yesterday's signals, Friday's signals. The reason I think Friday was a good day to take a look at is because it was both trending day. There were periods of time when it was nicely trending and periods of time when it was really choppy. Why is that important? Because some indicators respond great to trending conditions and completely fall apart when things get really range bound. Other indicators do great in range bound conditions and fall apart when things start to trend. Friday was both, and that's why I want to take a look at it, kind of the good and the bad. I'll tell you right now, I did not change anything. These are out-of-the-box settings, default settings. I don't want to deal with show me the settings. It's don't want to deal with that. So these are default settings. As far as the bar type, 12.4. For the NASDAQ, I basically use two bar sizes when it comes to King Renko. By the way, I do believe that the King Renko bar is the best bar for indicators such as Cosmik and ThunderZilla and RK System Platinum, and SolarWind RK as well. So I use the King Renko bar for this demonstration. So it's two sizes really, 8.3 and 12.4. Sometimes 16.4, but basically I use 8.3 when I think we're going to have very narrow range type of day. I use 12.4 when I expect pretty much normal volatility. And I think, and if things get really crazy and I think, wow, things are really going to move, I might use a 16.4 bar. For Friday, it was 12.4. I thought it would be an average volatility kind of day, and I think it was. And so the way I trade this indicator. By the way, let me clarify something again. Sorry about that, but some people ask me when they watch these videos and they come into my live room, they're like, when are you going to trade such and such indicator? In my own trading and in the live room, I do not use any indicators at all. I have my own way of evaluating price and finding targets and finding key levels. That's what I share with my Discord group and in the live room. I do not use any indicators or automated strategies or whatnot. But for the sake of these videos, when I demonstrate a product, obviously I have to use that product. So here is how I trade ThunderZilla. Very similar to RK System Platinum and Cosmik. I take the first trade, the first signal in a given direction. I do not take subsequent signals in a given direction. My approach, not an official word from NinjaCo. When it comes to ThunderZilla, because questions are going to be, what is your stop, what is your target? I gave up on of trying to tell people how to trade that. After working with hundreds of traders at this point, targets and stops are very individual. Some people are just there for a quick scalp, 2, 3 NASDAQ points. That's all they want. Other people want to try and hold on to positions to try and make 5, 10, 15 points or more. Some people have no issue with having, let's say, worse than a 1-to-1 risk reward. Other people want it to be at least 3-to-1. They want to make 3 times as opposed to risking just 1. So there are so many approaches. I'm not here to tell you how to trade. Here is what I would do. When there is a signal, my stop would be slightly below, and that's important, slightly below, in the case of a long, this swing low. The lowest point of the signal bar in case of a long. Now, Ninja Course, I think, says you can actually have your stop below this blue line. For me, it's a bit much. That's me. All right. 12.4, meaning to continue to create new bars to the upside, 4 ticks must be traded. Okay, 12.4. Is there anything else before we start? I think that's it. So first, signal only. Stop for me slightly below swing low for a long, or slightly above swing high for a short. And as far as targets, I'm not going to tell you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to simply go through the day. You decide what you would take as a target. I'm not here to argue if this is good or this is bad. I'm just going to show you how the day went. For those of you who don't know, this indicator does not repaint. Meaning once the signal is created, the signal is actually generated upon bar close. So it's when this bar opens, the following bar, when this bar opens, that's when you see the signal. Okay, and then it does not repaint, it stays there. All right, okay, here we go. So opening up, here is a trade. Definitely, I think, should be a winning trade. Here is a short, again, I think should be a winning trade. But again, you just take a look, you decide. I'm not saying anything. You see these little symbols here. This is just means that this move is overdone on the downside, overdone, and we should see a pullback. So we see it here and here. This one means there is continued momentum to the downside. Okay. Again, first signal only. That's what I do. First signal only, not the second signal. Here is a long, and this to me would have been a stop, right? Would have been a stop. Price broke below the signal line. If your stop was, as Ninja recommends, below the blue line, well, you stayed in the trade and it's a winning trade. Would I take a second long at this point if I just got stopped here? My answer is yes. If I just got stopped, if this is not a winning trade, if it's a winning trade, it's just one. If this one gets stopped, I would take a second one, would have been a winner. I would not take this one, and it ends up being a great winner. Here is again a continuation higher. Here is again saying this is overdone, right? Overdone on the downside, overdone on the upside, overdone on the downside. So here is period of chop, and you see how there are no signals, right? Chop, no signals. Here is a short. You decide if this is a winning signal for you. Only the first one, not the second. Here it is. I mean, this is definitely a winning signal, no matter, I think, what your criteria is. So a bit late of a signal. Again, you decide if this would have been a winning signal for you. So again, kind of late, but definitely winning. This one, and that's what I mean by stop must be slightly above. Would this be a stop out? Maybe. I guess depends where you placed your stop. Depends where you placed your stop. I would insist on a stop being slightly above the swing high of a bar that generates a short trade. It's up to you if this ends up being a winning trade for you or not. Again, if I, let's say, take a stop on this one, let's say I do take a stop on this one, I would take the second for the scalp. I would. but not subsequent. So no signal here. This I think is a losing signal. I don't think there was enough here for a scalp. This is obviously a winning trade. Another definitely winning trade. Again, I would take only the first one, but second one definitely did well. Not third and not fourth. This one did well, but again, not subsequent trades. You see why I prefer first signal only. Long. A losing trade for sure, and unfortunately no signal here. So this is just a losing trade. Now, would I have taken a second one? To be completely honest, I probably would not have. If there was a signal here, I would. I would not have taken this one. Unfortunate, because it would have been a winning trade. This is a loser. This is a winner. Definitely a winner. So you see how Friday was both very directional at times and then getting choppy. Because I believe, again, it's a combination of RK system and Cosmik, it handles chop well. Again, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you if this is a winning trade or not. You decide. Here is chop, no signal, and then a short, long. I like how in this case there was no short here, because this would have been, I think, a losing trade. I'm not sure. Again, it depends what you are shooting for as far as targets. And I'm not sure about this either. Again, you would decide if this would have been a winning or a losing trade for you. This is bizarre, right? So there is a long, and in theory, it should have been a winning trade. I'm not sure why all of a sudden there was some bearish activity here, but there was no short signal. Definitely a bearish activity. Would I have stayed in this trade? I mean, no matter what, it's not a losing trade. Would I have stayed in it if I started seeing red? Good question. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Maybe I would have just cut it here somewhere, but no matter what, it would still be a winning trade. It's just that maybe not necessarily hit the target you wanted to hit. Again, kind of late signal here, but still works out great. Again, you would decide if this is enough for you for a scalp or not. I'm not gonna decide it for you. This one I think should have been fine no matter what. And again, look at the choppy conditions here. This is not directional, and yet ThunderZilla does pick up a nice signal, I believe. Again, go only for the first one. Nice move higher, and then again chops down. You decide if this is a winning trade, and this is the end of the day. So I just wanted to share this day with you using ThunderZilla. I believe I can, if someone is interested, you can just email me. My email is in the description. Try the code that in the description, a discount code, but before purchasing, maybe email me. I might be able to get you a better price. I can't promise. If enough people are interested, maybe NinjaCo would agree to some kind of a group discount that's better than just the code that's in the description. So try that code first, see what the price is. Email me with the price. Let's see if I can do better. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed any of this, please leave me a like. Make sure you are subscribed. I will try to make more videos for this channel featuring different NinjaCo products. Thank you all.